beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and it's time for my May favorites. I'm gonna do my favorites a little bit differently this time. I've been making monthly favorites videos pretty much the entire time I've had my YouTube channel, so it has been many, many years. I started my YouTube channel at a time when monthly favorites videos were very popular. It was basically a staple of any beauty channel. I liked sharing the things I was enjoying in a more casual setting where I didn't feel like I had to be super info heavy. I hope that you do too, but I think that it's time to maybe try something a little bit different. I've already added in the monthly rankings, which I think is a really fun complement to a monthly favorites video. So for this month, I want to try out a top 10 and 10 or something along those lines where I choose 10 favorites from the month and I talk about each one for a minute or less. This is sort of like an old school challenge video. That's how I'm approaching it in my mind. And of course, this video will be slightly longer than 10 minutes because I'm here explaining it to you, and certainly I'll have outtakes, but I want to try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. As always with my favorites, there'll be all types of products, not just makeup. It's really just 10 things that I enjoyed and went back to a lot over the course of the last month. Some months I have books or clothes or snacks or all kinds of things like that. For the sake of keeping this video more concise, let's go ahead and look at my top 10 and 10. My very first pick is my favorite fragrance from the month. This one is from YSL. It's a version of the Black Opium fragrance. This one is Black Opium over Red. I went into this expecting to love it because Black Opium is one of my personal favorite scents. This one has a bit of a cherry twist, so it is still a warm and spicy fragrance, but I think that the sweet gourmand comes out a lot more than the spices compared to Black Opium. This still has the same richness and depth, that kind of smoky coffee flavoring, but it's a bit softer in my opinion, thanks to the sweetness of the cherry. So this is an easier day to night transition for me personally. I tend to wear the original Black Opium more in the evening for nighttime events, but I have really been loving this over red twist on Black Opium. Next up is a rediscovered favorite for me. This is a skincare item from Good Molecules. It's their squalane oil. I've always had very dry skin, but as I've gotten older, my skin has definitely gotten drier and more sensitive. So this little lightweight oil has just been the perfect daytime oil for me in these hotter, more humid months. This is also only $8 for the bottle, so it's incredibly affordable price-wise. It's available at Ulta and other places online, so it's easy to find. And I love how this absorbs. It's super lightweight. It doesn't leave my skin looking or feeling greasy at all, so I can even use this during the daytime. I can even imagine this particular oil working well for non-dry skin types because of how lightweight it is. Now, another skincare product that I have been absolutely hooked on in May is the IT Cosmetics Hello Sunshine Invisible Hydrating Serum Sunscreen. It is an SPF 40. I've been using this specifically to wear under makeup. I used this on camera recently in my glowy My Skin But Better routine that I posted a few days ago. I really love how this feels hydrating, but it's definitely a lot less dewy in appearance than the Inkylist Dewy Sunscreen. I was nervous about the invisibility claims because this does come out as a white appearance, but as I blend it in, it definitely sinks into my skin. I've had no problems using this under any of my different makeup bases I've tried it with. So far, so good on this new sunscreen love. Now, this is kind of a random pick in my opinion, but this is one of my favorite brushes of the month. This is from the Fantasy Cosmetica Cradled in Ice collection, and this is the E01 eyeshadow brush. This is a small, flat, detailed brush This is specifically what I use for some more detailed shimmer shade placements. I really like to do not just around the inner corner, but also right along the lower lash line on the very inner part of that lower lash line. I love to put a pop of shimmer there, and this brush is absolutely perfect for that. I've been searching high and low for the perfect brush for that exact application, and usually they're either too fluffy or the bristles are too short. This one's perfect. Now let's talk about a Salt New York product. This is the best case concealer. I'm sure you've noticed that I have been using this so much in my videos over the past month. I love the format, the texture, the shade range, the finish. Everything about this concealer is just exactly what I'm looking for. I know that this looks so shiny and dewy in the pan, and it is a very emollient concealer, but once it's blended out, applied, whether it's over other things, set with a powder or not, it just has the most natural skin-like look to the finish. This is another one I think a lot of different skin types can use and love and enjoy. It's such a comfortable, easy, natural, quick little makeup product that I just love, which is also why this Kaja Dewy Bar made it onto my favorites list. I'm a big fan of cream blushes and cream cheek products in general. Part of that is just because I like a dewier look and I think that it works better for my dry skin. But I was very ready to not actually love these that much based just on the price point. They are, I think, like $25 each, which is really pricey. I definitely have other cream blushes that I like just as much, but something about the size, the shape, the shade, the staying power that this particular one, this Cranberry Cooler shade has just works so well for me. I literally just stamp it on that little like rectangular deodorant shape on my cheek and blend it out. It lasts so well. It looks so soft and effortless. And speaking of soft and effortless, each one of these products is just leading me right into the next one so beautifully. This Sigma Renew lip oil in the shade All Heart has been my purse go-to product for the month. And if you are somebody who carries a purse, you know that's a high honor to be the purse lip product. This feels super hydrating without being greasy or sticky. It's comfortable. It looks just like a lovely little gloss on the lips. This very neutral undertone rose color works particularly well for my complexion. Fits with a lot of different styles, looks good with no makeup, looks good with a full face of makeup, has a big, squishy, comfy doe foot. I would say this ranks up there with my Dior lip oil, and that's a high honor because that Dior lip oil is bougie. Now, let's talk about my favorite eyeshadows from the month. I have one big palette, one mini palette, and one single shadow. The star of this month for me is this Oslo palette from the Nomad Air Travel Palette Collection. This little cool toned beauty was definitely the Swiss Army knife of eyeshadow for me in the month of May. I can wear it on its own for a super quick little eyeshadow look that is soft and neutral, not too cool toned. I can make it smoky, I can make it light, I can do a two shadow look, but these colors pair beautifully as a companion palette to most anything that I really enjoy wearing. I could pair this with my Cradled in Ice palette. I was also pairing this with the other two eyeshadow favorites from the month of May. First and foremost, this Amy Loves eyeshadow palette, which has absolutely spectacular textures, beautiful shimmers, delicious glittery packaging. I love this palette on its own as well, but I do find myself wanting some lighter, cool toned matte shades, and that's why this pairs perfectly with that Nomad Oslo palette. I do have full video reviews for a lot of the products that I'm talking about in this favorites video. So if you want to see more in-depth info, especially about these palettes, but really a lot of these other products as well have dedicated reviews. So make sure you check down in the description box. I will link any relevant videos for you if you want to hear more about why I love these and just more specific information about all of these products. And there are even some eye looks just in case you want to see these eyeshadows in action. My final favorite of my top 10 May products is from the ColourPop and Pokemon collection. This is the Solar Beam Super Shock Shadow. Something about this is just so unique and interesting. It has a minty green base with a super shimmery pink shimmery shift. This is just such a fun little pop of color type of eyeshadow. This looks great paired with just a couple of the mattes from the Oslo palette. It plays well with both warm and cool tones. I just think it's interesting and unique, and I've really enjoyed wearing it in May. I always enjoy trying something new, so this is sort of a twist on a classic. I definitely want to hear what you think about this format. Do you prefer longer form favorites videos where we just chat some more? Do you like this more concise format where I get down to business, I show you the product, I tell you why I like it, and move on to the next? This is my channel, so we can make it whatever we want. Nobody else can tell us what to do here. Leave your thoughts on this format down in the comments. And let me know what you enjoyed this month. Did you discover a favorite book? I did not. Did you discover something new? Did you rediscover something that you loved from many moons ago? I always love to hear what you're into, what you're enjoying. I like to hear from you. So make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, I slept weird on my neck last night. Somehow. I don't know what I did, but my neck hurts to turn this way, but I keep forgetting. And then I look and I'm like, oh, that's how you know you're close to 40 when that type of stuff just becomes a regular part of your life. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna do, I don't, what? Why do I do so many finger guns? This has to be one of those cringy millennial things. I do have my ankle socks on. I agree on getting rid of skinny jeans, okay? I agree with you on that one. But sometimes the ankle sock just feels right. I don't know. I mean, I have non-ankle socks too. We'll see. We'll see how this summer goes. I don't know. Do you really do the non-ankle socks with shorts? I mean, I'm sure you do. I'm I'm open to trying new things. I'm open to the changing of the trends. Look at me. I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom. It's going great. It's going really great. Mhm. Ugh, I didn't even finish one book this month. I had a really hard struggle with reading because I got this book that has been on my TBR to be read list for literally years. I think I put it on my TBR in like 2018 or 2019. It's been on there for a really long time. I waited in the virtual line for it to be available at my library, and then I got it and I started it, and it was kind of slow, and I was like, that's okay. Sometimes this happens. And then I kept going, and I got about halfway through it, and it just, I couldn't do it. I returned it. It was due, and I really tried for like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, because I renewed it to just try to get through it. And I'm sure it's a good book. It's an interesting premise. I have no idea if it gets better in the second half because I was so demoralized that I just gave up. So please send me your book recommendations in the comments so that I can reinvigorate my reading life. It's pretty sad right now. That's it. You're the best. Everybody who watches to the very end, I hope you know that you are the real MVPs, and you are cuter than a baby penguin. And have you ever seen a baby penguin? They're fluffy and adorable. Yeah, you're cuter, believe it or not. and that's why I love your face. And I will see you in another video really soon. Okay, bye.